Hello and welcome back. Let's try this. Reach for the object. You feel a chill run up your arm the moment your fingers brush the disk's surface. Whispers erupt from the stone around you, and out of the chorus rises a single steady voice.
Stop! These methods belong to us! To the Pargrunen!
What is this? Years of toil.
Years of toil. The pride of a generation. You would steal from us? From the...
Abidan himself. You will regret your trespass.
You hear a grinding, clicking noise in the hall. Something moans and snorts outside. Oh, you didn't even ask me if I really want to take it. Great.
Look there! Stand together!
Of course, they stepped right into the trap. At this point, I'm not even shocked that they did that. Ooh, that's bad. Come on, take the birth.
Zawa
What are you
is
doing?
ready.
What?
Where is it? Heal her.
I'm here.
You keep hitting you. Hit her.
Moe Ixi Ana. Moe Ixi.
Can't get out of here!
Moe Ixi Ana. Othek Worthen.
Shed no blood. Tell me!
Moe Ixi Ana.
I think we must anger all the groups. Oh, by the way, I'll be right back. I forgot to change something. Okay, I'm back. I made the loot radius bigger and I lowered a little bit the amount of voice lines we will hear. Come on. That's all over here, right here. Hello.
I suppose it can't be helped.
Oh, it can be helped, don't get me wrong.
The Guardians will hold the door as long as need be.
Everyone else is ready. So few of us remain.
Lord Abidan, guide our hands and steel our hearts. Give us the mercy of your forge.
They did not attack us, so that's a plus. The pillar tags
Abidan worshippers. They pray to metal and ignore the fire that shapes it. Little wonder they didn't survive.
The pillar tugs at your essence. A pulse from the world itself moves through it. Where does that lead? Oh, okay. That's our way out. I saw you move. The interior of the forge is crusted with dark, rippled stone. A large stone dragon skull stands silent vigil at one end of the circular chamber. Within its maw is a network of steel dividers, tubes and vents, indicating that this impressive construction served as the furnace for the White Forge. There is a shallow basin at the foot of the furnace, and in the eye sockets of the skull itself are golden rings, evidently meant to house some manner of gem or instrument. Place Adra sphere into left socket. With a little climbing, you are able to reach the eye socket and carefully wedge the sphere into place. It fits snugly, and you think you sense a small ripple of energy as the eye is set within. You feel a faint vibration through the skull. It grows in intensity until the very ground seems to shake. Loose cobblestones rattling in their settings. You leap from the furnace to confront what is coming.
What stirs in the heart of the battery?
Place an atmosphere into the right socket. The air shifts almost imperceptibly around you. The atmosphere you have placed suddenly blazes with an orange light, fading from a blinding brightness to the vibrant glow of a campfire. A thin smoke rises from both orbs, and in the depths of the furnace you think you hear the rattling of machinery.
Heat. Tremors. They return.
Place a stone disc in the hollow space behind the basin. You place a stone disc into the basin and find that it fits perfectly within the hollow. Before your eyes, the disc turns of its own accord, rotating this way and that before finally sinking into position. From deep within the furnace comes a startling, metalling screech, as if some hidden mechanism has come to life. From the vents around you rises hot, stale air and the glow of rising fires. A gust of hot air erupts from the stone's dragon's maw. Molten ore drips from the basin, and dark, billowing smoke begins to gush from between the skull's fangs. You hear another rending shriek, but not of machinery. Around you rises a chorus of howls, bodiless voices raised in rage and despair.
Remember yourselves, Pargrunen! Defend the battery!
Oh no. That's why I so desperately wanted to.
You must wait.
Let's start. Help me to work. Because all the resurrection so far did not work. It did work. Blizzard, here. Oh, and the dragon is against us, great.
Wait.
The dragon is with us, the dragon is with us. Keep on healing.
Wait.
Revive him. Oh, you need to kill yourself. Blizzard! Oh, Blizzard. Try them again.
Quit.
Stop, Marauder! Our bodies are dust already. Must you profane holy ground with further violence?
Flames roar and whip from within the forge. As they rise, their glow washes the room in a gore crimson light.
Did the height of our walls offend you? Did we cross your borders? Sell you weak steel? Tell us, Why did you invade our fortress?
Behind the anger and through the roaring flames, you hear the voice of a tired old man. Durgan's battery has been deserted for over 200 years.
No, that cannot be. Abidon wouldn't allow it.
The flames flicker and shudder, and the stones beneath your feet grow suddenly cold.
Wake up, Exandru! This is why Abidan gave us the White Forge, that we might take up arms and deal with villains like this.
Heat surges once again from the forge, prickling your skin.
Such a magnificent device, and she can only see it as a tool for war. She shames our grandparents, who wandered this continent and...
Quiet, both of you! Can't you feel it? This chill. This silence. But you entered our keep and found it abandoned. Ruined. What happened to us?
His question drifts from the mouth of the White Forge, revving you like a cloud of smoke. The official history is that you destroyed yourselves, but it looks like someone, or something, invaded the battery.
I'd never seen anything like them. Twice the size of any ogre, and positively fearless. They were...
Eyeless. Yet no matter how hard we fought, or how deep we hid, they kept coming for us.
What were they?
Some kind of magfolk, but bigger than any we knew of. We who survived never got close.
They were relentless. Unnaturally so.
Why did they attack you? They didn't stop to explain themselves. Yet I wondered at what monsters of Wilder might survive in a place like this.
We should have taken our steel and pushed east.
What's to say they didn't come from the east? From the lands Maroons so coveted?
It was a punishment for taking this gift of Abidon, the White Forge, and squandering it on our greed and vanity.
The others' voices say nothing, but you feel their doubt and dissident in the stifling heat of the forge. Go on.
We retreated until there was no place left to go. Until those of us who remained were here.
Here, with the salvation Abidon had left us.
You used the White Forge to channel your souls into the battery.
Yes, using the same methods with which we had fashioned so much cold steel.
So the wars never expired. Not truly.
It was agony. Feeling your soul ripped from your flesh. Feeling every part of you torn asunder. But it saved us.
Imprisoned us.
It was Abidon's grace. Now, we inhabit the monument our people built to the White Forge.
What does this have to do with Abidon?
The White Forge belongs to Abidon, of course. It is here that he built his own body.
And whether he found this place or created it, it's a truly remarkable smithy.
We Pugrunin are wanderers by nature. But it was Abidon's call that led our forefathers here after generations spent along the Pearl Coast and Air Glonfath.
So the old stories say. Then again, I can't see any other reason our grandfathers would have stayed here when greener lands lay east.
What does the White Forge work? How does the White Forge work?
Its fires have been blessed by Abidon. They're fed by Aora's molten heartbeat and veined with Audra that runs to the center of the world.
which explains their conductive power. See, these Audra veins allowed us to siphon essence into steel as we shaped it.
And that essence, the extraordinary heat of the forge, and our smith's skill is what made Durgan's steel so remarkable.
I see. And now you're here, in Durgan's battery.
Stuck here, you mean? With all the others who sought to escape the Eyeless.
To observe the passage of centuries in peace and solitude. That would be perfection.
Reliving memories of a lost battle and feeling the gradual crumbling of these stones. Had we thought longer on the fate that awaited us, we might have chosen a quick death to this slow agony.
Blasphemy! There's no greater honor than remaining here, watching over the White Forge.
Not... you think so?
I only wish we could protect this humble monument better.
Or do something. Anything. We were once among the greatest smiths in the known world. Tell me, do Kith still speak of us?
Yes, and highly. You're still regarded as master smiths.
That is good to know. It's only a shame that this legacy is nothing but a memory.
The White Forge radiates gentle warmth.
Is this why you braved the restless souls of Durgan's battery? To recover the process of Durgan's steel?
No one had ventured inside Durgan's battery for 200 years. That was reason enough for me. At this admission, you feel a softening in the essence of the Runen. In one moment, each soul and fragment is distinct, and in the next, they form an indistinguishable host. You perceive them as a school of fish caught in a tide, a flurry of snowflakes on the wind, a pantry full of fragrant spices.
Then I hope you're satisfied with what you found here.
At least you get to leave this place.
But it was good to be remembered. However briefly.
As the sounds of Durgan's battery speak to you, their collective essence takes shape, much like werewolves did. There are scores of them, all torn by conflicting purposes and trapped in the memory of their lost battle. You taste the bitterness of their uncertain existence and feel the persistent ache of centuries. It is a slow, agonizing fate, but you find it in your power to grant them another. You're free to roam again, return to the wheel, and seek new lands. You perceive the tenuous connections between the souls and the battery. As you sever them, the souls cry out, some in relief, and others in rage. Pressure builds in the ether, which swarms with essence and energy. You cover your ears and grit your teeth against the devastating hum that builds in the core of your soul. The White Forge is now available for your use. It has the unique ability to refine Durgan iron ingots. Multiple iron ingots are required to create a single refined ingot. After refinement, these ingots can be used at any time in enchanting recipes to augment your weapons, shields, and armor with Durgan steel. Okay, perfect. So, if I wanted to enchant this White Forge, oh, I can. Plus 15 attack speed, plus 0. Sure. The problem is, I have no idea who will be a little longer, so I guess we'll enchant you. And enchant you. Oh, it's enough materials. Right, I made 2. I supposed to get more? Where am I supposed to get more from?
So the dwarves of Durgan's battery did not destroy themselves after all. They fell to invaders.
It's possible someone survived and escaped this place.
We have discovered things thought to be lost. Their influence may yet persist. But we have seen no invaders, and the battery was shut. Did they come only to destroy the dwarves, and then leave?
This we won't know.
By the time you stepped out of Durgan's battery and into the new snow outside, word had already spread of strange lights rising from the fortress and energy crackling in the sky. The survivors of Starward flocked to Durgan's battery, their steps hastened by the promise of peace and prosperity at last. They mended their walls, gathered their strength, and prepared their town for the new opportunities that were sure to come. And with the voices of Durgan's battery silent at last, none heard the distant groan of something stirring among the peaks, as massive and relentless as an avalanche.
Yay, we've completed White March Part 1. Part 1. The crumbling edge of this long platform suggests that there were once stairs leading down from here, perhaps joining with the pathway some distance below. It seems a manageable jump from here, on this side, but you doubt you will be able to return the same way. You leap for a dizzying moment, the ground below flashes past, and then you are across the gap and upon the second tower, which we already visited. We've got the door from here. Okay, let's go back to Starboard then. What? Really? I thought we wiped every enemy here earlier.
Shed no blood.
Oh, you need to rest.
Lead the way.
You're cold. Wait, you are cold? Yes, frostbite. Oh, interesting. But we did receive, there was something. Okay, so it was this one. The lake in Old Song. Okay. Yeah, I need to look through those quests and write down what
You
we
must
need to
gather
do.
your party before venturing forth.
I know. But first, let's go to Long Waterfalls, because there was something about the twin souls. This one I remember. This one I do remember. Twin. Alright. Yeah. But somebody can have me in the lonely mountain passes. I found one wisps. So trucks leading north. Yeah, the trucks were leading here, but there's this place here, the dragon. So let's go there and actually we'll rest here, just in case. Maybe he knows something. Yeah, I know. He'll probably attack us, but maybe before that, maybe he'll tell us that they know that it's quiet around. Rest. Okay, I am back, and we are definitely not fighting the dragon. At least not yet. But I checked something else, and apparently here we have some more text about the Servant of Death. We did kill the dwarf, but the elven woman still remains. And it's about High of it Irona, that often ventures to Elmshore, and something about Golden Grove. So, apparently, Oh. Wait, I did try to talk to you, didn't I? Okay, something happened. I haven't played this game for a while. And it looks like stuff happens when I'm not here. Yes, please do so. But I still... Wait. Okay, maybe some of you knows. No? Maybe some of you knows where I can find the person I'm looking for. Go away. Through his eyes, though his eyes are closed and his posture still, the man before you keeps his head aimed at you, as if carefully following your movements. Hail to you. May your time in the Golden Grove be enriching. If you are in need of services, he says, his eyes still closed, speak with Evna. She will see to your concerns. What can you tell me about of the Golden Grove? We are naturalists, philosophers, herbalists, and teachers. The Ovates of the Golden Grove know that true wisdom comes from the study of the natural order. We endeavor to teach others to explore the world for themselves. Okay, thank you. We just find more Ovates. But there's a way through here, and as we learned that sometimes we can only access certain places when we go from here, but not this time. Elm Shore. Elm Shore. We still have the whole of the White March second part to do, so we are not that close to finishing the game. So she supposedly can be somewhere around here gathering resources. Wait, wasn't there something up here? I don't think so. Do we have any points of interest? Adwa Arch could be. Maybe not, maybe the Adra Pillar. Also no, although it looks like stairs. Maybe here after all? Oh. An elf stands on a dais in the middle of a clearing. The ground is blanketed with leaves in various shades of russet and gold. Her eyes are closed and her arms folded in front of her. A curtain of autumnal yellow hair hangs in front of her face. As you draw near, she lifts her chin and looks at you with shifting hazel eyes. And you are? She should know her death forever if she could. Fear and greed are her roots. They will not be easily wrested. Your essence turns like an eddy in the stream, Estramor. Speak the questions on your soul. Barath has sent me to end your life. It has continued for too long. I didn't see to have my face to Gawain by choice. Hiravius grumbles from beside you. I wish her sentiment to be true, but idleness has made her ripe with folly. The gods may be fickle and hard to know, but they are not constrained by our permissions. Are you any different? You've extended your life beyond its natural span. Through work and wisdom. The greater the tree, the more fruit it may yield. They are vines climbing an ancient elm into the sunlight. My growth sustains them. Should our harmony fall prey to a god's jealousy? The gods are wiser and more ancient even than you. It is not for either of us to oppose them. It is a shame we could not come to an accord. Of course not. Okay, you here. You here. You here. Okay, we have lots of people. And of course I screwed up the... Oh no, I didn't. This is enough. Okay, he is. Oh my goodness. Let's do this with you. Please heal yourself. I believe we are doing fine. Okay, we have new quest. Okay, we don't need ogres. Let me see. Somewhere in deep in the ruins of April's well, a pair of brick-rug repair on travelers and offer up sacrifices to their mother. In the past, travelers simply knew to avoid all trails leading near the well, but in recent years, the brick-rug have increased the range of their hunts. Travelers have been abducted or killed on the roads between Solace, Vale, and Meadwood. Glenfaddans are reticent to enter April's well due to the religious significance of the ruins there, but that hasn't stopped the residents of the affected towns from requesting help from the Deerwood. Sure, I'll send him with you. Either should be fine. And I think we should rest here, because why not? As you sleep, you are buoyed and buffeted by the vagaries of dreams. They tumble and thrush about you and fill your mind's eye with pale, glittering motes. They resolve into a light snowfall and a biting northerly wind. You recognize the mountains of the White Marsh rising around you, and you shiver. You see Stalwart a few miles away, quiet and still, but for a few curling streams of smoke rising from the chimneys. Durgan's battery is perched above it, its shadow stretching into the valley. Above it all, you hear a deep, slow rhythm. At first, it sounds like a distant drumming, but then it grows louder, cracking through the dry air and booming from the mountain peaks. It builds until you feel it reverberating beneath your feet. Go to Durgan's battery. You head toward the fortress, but soon the shaking ground halts your progress. Each thud comes louder and faster than the next. Thunder echoes from the mountain tops as great sheets of ice and snow tumble down the slopes. But the rhythm keeps building, shattering frozen lakes like crystal saucers. New ravines split through the mountains as old chasms fill with snow and scree. A rock slide buries Stalwart, and Durgan's battery is shaken into rubble. Shadows rise over the mountains, the vanguard of a massive army. You flee. You tumble from the foothills and bound across the Dur Wood, feeling the rumble of the advancing army all the while. Hide in twin elms. No, barricade yourself in Caed Nua. Caed Nua rises from the forest, its mended walls reaching out to you like a pair of strong arms. You barricade yourself within the great hall as the pounding grows closer still. It rattles the foundations of the great keep, and just as the masonry begins shaking loose, you hear an unholy battle cry coming from your courtyard. The ceiling collapses and sends a cascade of bricks and beams onto your head. You stagger to wakefulness, kicking at the bedding knotted around your legs. As you shake free of the last bonds of sleep, you hear a voice whisper something in a language you've never heard, and you see an image of 100 shifting, staring eyes. You awaken, feverishly warm and covered in sweat. Let's talk to our god first. Oops. Okay, I mean that is what he wanted, right? Yep. We can now pray to receive our blessing. Once more you stand before the shrine and the skull constellation which marks its dedication to Berath. As you pray to Berath, you again find yourself on the road. Squinting into the distance, you see a short, pale figure waiting for you. At first, you think it's another vision of Archdruid Resin, but then you notice the figure's skeletal frame and rictus grin. He stands in front of another skull gate, but the way leads down, not onward. He beckons for you to approach. Behind you is a woman, her skin milk pale against her black hair. She wears a suit of armor so dark it seems to suck the light from the stars. The road winds up a mountain behind her. She holds out a hand. Follow the usher. He gives you a lipless smile and leads you into the skull's maw and down a long flight of stairs. The pallid knight follows close behind. It seems as if you are in a gigantic cavern. The ceiling curves up and away, and it's dotted with moisture. At this distance, the shimmering beads look like stars, clustered and scattered in constellations. Two identical cave mouths wait up ahead, and you follow the usher to one of them. Standing at the edge and gazing down, you see an endless, ever-changing plain bisected by a road. Only then you do realize that you're no longer on the road. As you follow the road to the point where it disappears below you, you realize that you're standing in one of the eye sockets of a massive skull. The usher points to the road. Archdruid Restinor appears below you. He's just as you remembered him, stern and smooth-skinned. Yet with each step along the road he grows, swelling with blood and essence. His heavy steps become slower and slower until he stops altogether. His distended body fills the path completely. Restin has stood in place for too long. I merely set him moving again. The pallid knight's flesh is stored against her skull. She nods once, barely dipping her chin. As Restin's swollen body ruptures, the effect is like a dam bursting. Ghostly figures, as hazy and indistinct as wisps of smoke, continue along the cleared path. Some tumble and rush along, while others amble and drift, but all continue forward. The usher directs your attention to another figure moving down the path. This time, you see high ovate Erona. As she follows the road, her movements become slow and erratic. Her legs crack with each step, and her feet grow long, thick roots that burrow into the ground. She finally stops, rooted in place. It was a parasite. While its branches sheltered others, its roots sucked them dry. Irona's body petrifies below, and the shimmering leaves of her hair blow down the path. You see another who has lived his lives on the brink of a cycle. He sits on the inside of the wheel, observing its revolutions. With each life, he is plucked from the stream and returned to it intact. Why do you hunt Theos? I seek a resolution. In confronting him, I'll put an end to the pain he's caused me. Free yourself from the man that haunts you, the memories that haunt you. There will be no peace for you while he lives. Theos serves Boudica. She desires an escape from her own cycle. Power without decline. Theos has removed thousands of souls from the cycle so that their essence might empower her. You must stop him, and you must return them to the cycle. What end would it serve to send the souls back into the cycle? Attending to the souls is a question of stability, water, of maintaining the natural order of the world and the ebb and flow of essence. I think I understand what you're telling me. The usher gestures to the road and the starry expanse beyond, while the pallid night speaks. I only show you the motion of the universe, Watcher. Why does Woodika even need Theos' help? And why do you need mine, for that matter? The gods guide souls through the cycle of death and rebirth, but Eora is the domain of mortals. We stand aside, weights and counterweights. We're warned to alter the tides of Kith, or would follow. We would tip this world from its axis. That is why Woodika directs a mortal to do her bidding, and why any who would stop Theos must be mortal as well. I must go to Sun and Shadow now. A multitude appears at the other end of the road, raising their voices and kicking up dust as they make their way toward you. Return them to the cycle, Watcher. Promise that you will, and I shall give you power befitting a champion of death. The pallid knight raises a finger. Accept my favor, however, and I will demand this decision as you do. I collect from all mortals in time. I promise to return the souls to the cycle. So be it, Watcher. Do not forget your promise. The usher reaches out and places a bony hand on your forehead. His touch overwhelms you, and you feel yourself expand. Blinded, you reach out, only to find another grasping hand of the same size and shape as yours reaching back. When at last you open your eyes again, you are standing in Tir Evron, filled with Bara's power. We were granted a boon. One that I cannot see. Personal. +1 resolve, +5 defense against petrified paralyzed attacks. Sounds good. Does what we learned about Woodika trouble you? Duran stills his head as if listening to an inner voice. Then he frowns, the frown deepening as he speaks. The purges? Why the purges? Okay, apparently the subject is finished. Eder explored the ruins of April's Well extensively and found a wide array of dangers in the ancient city's crumbling homes and palaces. Though the Puigua had always been hostile to outsiders, Eder was able to speak with them and realized that they were being mentally controlled by someone else. The source of the increased attacks was an Orlan cipher who had been disowned by their father and subsequently banished from the twice split arrows. Especially skilled at mental domination, the cipher was using the Puigua, her children, to make a small fortune on unlucky travelers. However, once Eder drew her out into the open, the overconfident cipher was quickly defeated. In the cipher's lair near the heart of April's Well, Eder discovered a grisly treasure. A necklace of Puigua had formed from the teeth of the Orlan's murdered father. And with that, I'll end this part here. So for now, thank you very much, stay alive, and see you soon.